Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and you are watching The Rundown. Thank you so much for joining us. This one is going out to Lucas Sutliff. He says, hey, Vic, you are the man, and apparently third time is the charm. We're going to be getting to Sam Witwer right after The Rundown, but let's get started with Lucas's Rundown. The world's most badass vampire slayer might be getting a reboot, but it might take a while to stake a claim to audiences. A reboot of Buffy the Vampire Slayer is reportedly on the way. Speaking at a recent TV conference, Fox TV Group Chair Gary Newman revealed that they're having frequent discussions with creator Joss Whedon about making a new Buffy series, but they won't move forward until Whedon decides the time is right. How long that will take is anyone's guess. Buffy the Vampire Slayer originally aired from 1997 to 2003 and pretty much defined that era in television. Hopefully a reboot becomes a reality. I really want this. I think that they could do some incredible things with a brand new Buffy for us. But let's move on. New content is about to hit the table in the digital card game Hearthstone. Blizzard Entertainment has announced an all-new expansion called The Witchwood. It adds 135 new cards themed around the scary kingdom Gilneas, and the expansion also introduces new gameplay mechanics like the ability to swap attack and health values of cards or on the fly. Blizzard is also introducing new single-player events called Monster Hunts, where players take on enemies in different locations. The Witchwood expansion hits Hearthstone next month. I haven't played Hearthstone in ages, but apparently this audience is enormous and it isn't scaling down anytime soon. So congrats to all you Hearthstone players. You got lots of new content there. Now, it looks like Square Enix has a popular new franchise on their hands thanks to Nier Automata. Last year's action RPG has now shipped more than 2.5 million units to stores, with more than 500,000 of those units shipping in the last 6 months. This is good news for Square Enix and developer Platinum Games, and it also bodes well for the future of the Nier games. Automata was considered a risky move because of its predecessor. The first game in the series wasn't as big a hit when it was released in 2010. The success of the new game means that Square Enix could turn Nier into a full-fledged franchise, similar to what they've done with their biggest titles like Final Fantasy, and that sounds like music to my ears. I loved Nier Automata, and I especially love that there is a lot of support going out to Platinum Games, which I feel is still one of the strongest developers on planet Earth, and I am very much looking forward to seeing what they've got up their sleeves, and hopefully Bayonetta 3 kicks some serious butt. It looks like Ubisoft might finally be sneaking out a new entry in one of their biggest franchises. A new Splinter Cell game might be in the works, and best of all, it might be coming this year. A listing for an unannounced title simply called Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell 2018 was briefly posted this morning on Amazon Canada's website. Good job, Canada. Although it has since been taken down. This could have just been a mistake on Amazon's part, but they have accidentally leaked unannounced games in the past. Good job, Canada. Fans have been waiting for a new Splinter Cell. Fans like me have been waiting for a new Splinter Cell. The last game, Blacklist, was released in 2013, so now would be a good time for Ubisoft to bring that franchise back. I am very, very excited about this news in particular. I think that Sam Fisher is one of the coolest characters in all the video games, and I've loved almost all of the Splinter Cell games in the past. I think that UBTO's, that's Ubisoft Toronto's developers, and the team there that have built the Splinter Cell games most recently have been kind of overlooked, and I feel like this would be a good time for them to come back and triumphantly regain an audience. I don't know how it fits in there with their games as a service kind of attitude that Ubisoft seems to be adopting right now, but I am psyched about this idea, and I have my fingers crossed that we're going to see some really cool stuff at E3 from Ubisoft on there. The thing that I haven't heard much of is their Toys to Life, the Spaceship Toys to Life game. I feel like that's sort of kind of sitting in the ethers a little bit. Maybe they want to launch it big over the summer or something. I was at Toy Fair. I didn't see any presence of that game and those toys there, which was a little strange, but clearly Ubisoft has got some big Smash successes, and they want to scale back the amount of games that they want to make and keep people locked into the games that they are building. So we'll see if Splinter Cell becomes one of those kinds of titles. But my fingers are crossed. I would love that. And I would also love more Buffy. And, I'm going to be talking about Joss Whedon a little bit later in the show, because I'm going to be diving into my picks for my pecking order of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. We've also got a review of Thor Thor Ragnarok. So Joss Whedon, in my opinion, maybe a little bit muddied by sort of recent events and some of the stuff that's come to light about him and his character, but God, he's made some amazing stuff over the years, and Buffy counts as that. I think a reboot would be fantastic. I mean, it's been rebooted from the film to the long-running TV show already, and he created all of these cool characters that should continue on. Obviously, they exist in comic book form, and Joss Whedon's been pretty smart at finding different ways to kind of keep us engaged in that universe, but I think a new show would be great. I think that'd be super cool. So I hope that news comes together too. And again, congratulations to all of our friends at Platinum Games. That's great, huge news about Nier Automata. If you haven't played this game, it's incredible. It's an action RPG with a very kind of twisted and surreal universe that's crafted for you. A lot of robots and cybernetic sort of organisms, and the last vestiges of this dystopian culture that you're sort of trying to, pry into the mysteries of and solve. It's stunning. It's beautiful. It's got a poignant quality about it as well, because you really start to care about these robot creations. And, it's got the platinum thumb candy in there as well. It's just fun to play. So I hope we get more from them and from this franchise. I think that would be rad.